Oh. Whoa. Welcome to the wonderful world of voter ID.
Yeah, it's 50. One shot, one kill, what's the deal? Yeah, what's the deal? Listen, little homie, when it rains it pours, hollow tips and talents.
I'm sure many of you are wondering, why should I care about voter ID? How does voter ID affect me? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you about. In Pennsylvania, voter ID passed, even though here in Minnesota we don't have it. But that doesn't mean we should not care.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up.
The people that protect voter ID will tell you this. We want to protect the integrity of the elections. Well, here's a funny little fact for all you guys out there. Since the year 2000, there have been a reported 2,068 cases of voter fraud, and only 11 of those will be prevented by the voter ID enactment. That's a little weird, because a study done by a professor from the University of Wisconsin actually found that the affected amount of people would be 300,000 in Wisconsin if they enacted a voter ID law. So, stop 11 cases or stop 300,000 people from voting just in Wisconsin? Think about that.
Well, I know what's right. I got just one life. In a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I stand my ground, and I won't back down.
Oh, you're back. I knew I could count on you. Now, let me toss a couple facts your way, and you tell me what you think, because this is something that shocked me. Now, 17% of the US population is made up of Hispanics/Latinos. That's huge. I'm sure you're wondering, well, why do I care? Well, this is why. Let me read you a quote from Hector Sanchez, a chairman of the National Hispanic Leadership Agenda. We estimate that almost 10% of Latino voters will be affected by this issue. 10%. That's huge. Do you think that's fair? We'll stop 11 cases of voter fraud that happened 10 years ago. Yeah, that's sweet. But then, will affect 10% of 17% of our population and millions of voters. What do you think, Lucas? Yeah, you agree with me, right?
Come to dry the rain, warm my shoulders and relieve my pain. You're the one thing that I'm missing here. With you beside me, I no longer feel I need to be bold, need to jump in the cold water, need to grow older with a girl like you. Finally see you naturally.
Hey, I'm over here. No, over here. Hey. Now, I'm sure so many people aren't quite convinced yet. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the moolah to see if that can convince you. Now, Pennsylvania puts $10 million, 10, that's a lot of money, into this program for voter ID to train their DMV employees and also to get information out there for people so they know what they need to bring. That's quite a bit of money. And that alone doesn't cover the cost of them providing the free ID. Do we really need to spend that much money? Why not invest that money in something else? Such as better technology in our voting systems. There's many possibilities. Voter ID may not be the answer. What do you think?
Say you want the same thing too. I could have saved so much time for us had I seen a way to get to where I am today. You waited on me for so long, so now listen to me say I need to be bold.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, what can I do to help? I mean, I'm just one person. Well, let me tell you, you can do everything. Let your voice be heard and let your opinion be out in the open. You can change it. Write a letter. Contact the Pennsylvania state government. Make calls to the Supreme Court. Have them look at this because this isn't fair. You guys are the ones that have to take a stand. The citizens, the voters, the ones that are losing their rights. We can do this. You guys can do this. Together, as one country, in God we trust.
Tequila.